I can name that tune in one.
Take it nice and easy. It's gonna be so easy for us to fall in love. Hey baby, what's your hurry? Relax and don't you worry. We're gonna fall in love. We're on the road to romance, that's safe to say, but let's make all the stops along the way. The problem now, of course, is to simply hold your horses. To rush would be a crime, 'cause nice and easy does it.
Easy does it, easy does it,
Nice and easy does it.
easy does it, nice and easy.
Nice and easy does it. Every time.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening and welcome to the show. Now, the thing is, I wasn't quite sure what to do tonight, so I asked advice, and someone said to me, why don't you do impersonations of members of the government? And then I thought, well, what is the point of me standing here mimicking people you've never heard of? You see, just when I'm getting the hang of one of Maggie's lot, she either sacks him or sends him off to the House of Lords. And I mean, she doesn't consult me. I mean, she didn't ring me up and say, Mr. Yarwood, is it convenient if I get rid of Francis Pym? I realise that was nothing like her, but it is cheaper than having Janet Brown on the show. But the thing is about the government is many of them are very unmimicable. They really are. Not like some people. I mean, some people you can recognise them just simply by the way they walk. Like this gentleman, for instance.
Well, all right, Alan, that's enough, love. Alan, that's enough. All right, love, don't gild the lily.
Dear, oh dear, they do go on a bit, don't they? I wouldn't mind, but they're a very expensive orchestra as well, I can tell you. I mean, they're not paid by the hour. They're paid by the bar. That's the only place anyone can find them. But, oh, I nearly forgot. Nice to see you, Nice! A wave of indifference. But we do have a lovely audience here this evening. There's a lovely lady down here. Just before I came on, I heard her say, isn't that Robert Redford? Lady down here, yeah, the one drinking the metal polish. But it really is lovely to be working here and working in such a lovely studio with a lovely orchestra. I know I made jokes about you, ladies and gentlemen, but I can assure you it was all in very good fun because they're all very lovely musicians. Everyone a soloist in his own right. Yeah. It's just when they play together it sounds awful. But anyway, this is me talking now. Now, talking about these walks, it's very interesting because I always think that this man walks onto a stage with great style. Thank you very much indeed. And incidentally, I want to tell you my name is Bob Hope. That's just in case you didn't recognize the walk. And also, it's in case you thought I was Raquel Welch. Now, I know that is ridiculous. In the first place, she's prettier than me. Come to think of it, she's prettier than me in the second place. I want to tell you, it's great to get away from the presidential campaign. It's a bit of a break for me. I've been helping Ronnie Reagan with his campaign. I put all the oil on his wheelchair. I don't know who puts it on his hair. I just put it on the wheelchair. But I want to tell you, Reagan was a fine actor. Come to think of it, he still is. But it's really great to be back in London. But what about this traffic? It's getting worse. My cab was involved in a pileup yesterday due to a lady driver. She signaled she was turning right and then did. Talking of ladies who turn right, they told me that Mrs. Thatcher died and went up to heaven. She was there a week, and one of the angels rang down below and said to the devil, "Look, we've had this woman up here for a week and she's driving us crazy. You got to take her down there." So the devil said, "Okay, we'll take her on a trial period." At the end of the week, the devil rings up one of the angels and said, "Look, there's no way we can keep this woman down here. She's only been here 1 week and already she's closed down 3 furnaces." Thank you. Now, this next walk belongs to Larry Grayson, and I want you to know right away I had to practice this very hard. Well, I mean, I don't want you to think it came naturally. What a gay day. Oh, do you know, I'm worn out already. I thought I'd change the act. I'm going to change the act. Well, you get fed up with the same position, don't you? You do, don't you? He lives with a woman. So anyway, I said to Everard, I said, look at the muck. Oh, look. Something on me. What is it? Actually, I'm not in the best of moods tonight, I can tell you. I'm very annoyed. I told you, didn't I? He's a liar, I've never mentioned it. I know your face. Anyway, so I said to Eveready, now, you've heard me talk about Everard. Well, my other friend, Eveready, you don't know him, Eveready. Well, he's not the same as Everard, you see. Well, you don't have to wait so long. And it lasts longer. So anyway, I must go now because the lights are fading the suit, but I love you all very much. I really do. Now, George Burns isn't as young as he used to be, so when he walks onto a stage, he isn't in too much of a hurry. You know, people say, do I get nervous when I walk onto a stage? I say no. I figure after an audience have seen me walk on, they're going to say, look, he's walking. Anything else is a bonus. Did you notice the orchestra playing Ain't Misbehaving? I don't call it misbehaving. At my age, I call it hard work. Last night, I had a date with a gorgeous young thing around 20 years of age. She was some girl, 42, 41, 42. She said to me, do you want to come back to my place and see some more? I figured she couldn't have brought it all with her. But I want to tell you, it's really great to be here. I got a lovely dressing room here in the studios next to the dancers. And there was a little hole in the wall. I thought maybe I should fill in the hole. And then I thought, what the hell? If they want to look, let them look. Thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome a group of people with a very lovely sound, one of my favorites, Shack Attack.
Couldn't help it if I tried.
very much, Shack Attack. That was great, that really was. Now, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I started in show business around about 23 years ago, and in the clubs in the north of England, and it wasn't easy, I can tell you. I mean, some places you used to go down quite well, but in some of the clubs it was very hard, it really was. I remember one club I went to, it was really rough, you know, and you were always greeted by the concert secretary with the same words. "Are you the turn, lad?" And you would always say to the concert chairman, "Could I have the key to my dressing room?" And he'd say, "Oh, you don't need a key, lad, just a penny." But in those days, I used to do an act with this suitcase and all, you know, various hats and what have you. And I used to open up the case and pull out, you know, one of the props, like this, for instance, and right away you would get instant Harry Worth. Now, everybody did me in those days. You see, I'm a comedian. Now, I'm telling you this in case you're confused. Mind you, it is very nice to be here this evening, much nicer than the last place I appeared at. It wasn't very nice. It was one of those striptease clubs. Mind you, I did see a very good striptease artist. This young lady was very original, very different. Finished her act fully clothed and the audience were undressed. What a remarkable figure she had. 48 bust. That was only one. On her back, but nice for dancing with. And around about that time, I think one of the most popular comedy teams on television were definitely these two gentlemen.
I've got a letter here addressed to Harold. Dear Sir, taking into account the details you have given us about your father, the fact that he is a senile old man who can't look after himself anymore, we have decided to accept him into the home. Oh, God. Harold's going to have me put into a home. Is that you, Harold? You sly, sneaky, nosy, deceitful, decrepit little old man. That's my letter that you was reading. Get your grubby little hands off it. How dare you? So I'm a senile old man, am I, who can't look after himself anymore? You'll not have me put in a home. I'll die first. You're just saying that to cheer me up. I mean, have you any idea what it's been like for me having to live with a dirty little man like you? I'm not a dirty little man. I have a bath every August bank holiday Monday, whether I need it or not. Oh, Cole. Is that what it's come to, Harold? You're going to have me put in a home after all I've done for you? I'll go and pack my things then. No, Dad, no, you don't have to do that. I've already done it for you. Now, look, Peter, I have seen the home. You'll like it, you really will. What makes you think I'm going to like living in a home? Well, I mean, it's clean, lovely grounds, lots of grass and trees in the garden for you to play in with the other dogs. I mean, Battersea's not very far. I'll come and visit you and take you to the world.
Thank you. In those days, I used to do a few singing impersonations, like Andy Williams, who at that time had a very big hit with this song.
Almost there, we're almost there. How wonderful, wonderful our love will be for you, for me. You're almost mine, and soon we'll find our paradise, paradise so rare. Close your eyes, for we're almost there.
And another gentleman who was a great star in those days, had a great hit with this particular song, and he was so laid back, so relaxed. He might as well have appeared in bed. I'm talking about, of course, Perry Como. I played it real cool, I sang on a stool with casual lightness on so many shows, and everyone knows that Como has brightness. Magic moments, fans were so adoring, and that moment when they caught me snoring, they can't erase the memory of those magic moments filled Thank you very much. On the other hand, we had a singer here in Britain who liked to move around a lot. Knocked out, that's my manner of speaking. My kicks, high kicks, that's what I'm seeking. Green dog, hope it's you I hear creaking. There's an old soft boater and a silver cane behind the green door. There's a bit of moonlight and a dame called Maine behind the green door. And with good old Dolly, that's where I found fame, behind the green door. Oh, sorry, Anne, no, that's enough. I think I've done myself a mischief. Hold that kick in the leg out like that. I mean, it's, what have I done to my body? That's what I tell myself. I've come over all flustered. I think we better have a little break here. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Thank you, hello, good evening, and welcome. It's a joy to be here. I haven't had this many people looking at me since before the days of breakfast television. In fact, more people have been sacked from TVAM than have actually watched TVAM. But however, join me now as we go live by satellite to talk to President Ronald Reagan in the White House. Can you hear me, Mr. President? It's 10 o'clock in the morning here, David. What time did you say it was? Yes, I can hear you fine. Mr. President, in view of your age, do you think that you've got the stamina to see out a second term of office? Let me put it this way, David. I'm in such good shape I can still get by on only 2 hours sleep a night. 2 hours sleep at night. How do you manage that? I sleep for 8 hours during the day. Super. Mr. President, you have taken a different line over relations with the Soviet Union. Do you regret that you didn't follow Mrs. Thatcher's line and attend Yuri Andropov's funeral? Well, of course. I mean, I'd have gone, but I couldn't get a cheap flight on Pan Am. But surely you could have gone on Air Force One. Oh, no way. The last time I flew with them, they lost my luggage. In fact, Nancy was very annoyed. She had to wear the same dress for almost 2 whole hours. But surely there is a sensible dialogue. After all, the Russians do have a legitimate cause for concern about your increased defense budget. Well, you're giving it to me now, David. All I can say is that to the Soviets is that we've upped our defense spending, so up yours. If it did come to the crunch, upon what basis would you be prepared to fight a nuclear war with Russia? On the safest basis for the United States. at Greenham Common, Filingdales and Holy Loch. So God bless America and God help the rest of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, this is what we got when we asked our tight-fisted producer for a music centre. I mean, come on. I mean, he's got this thing. He thinks it's very nice, and it is. It's lovely, and it does help me now to introduce you to the next item in the show. And I am, in fact, going to leave you in the very capable feet of the Ken Warwick Dancers and Crazy Rhythm.
Crazy rhythm, here's the doorway. I'll go my way, you go your way. Crazy rhythm, from now on we're through. Here is where we have a showdown. I'm too high hat, you're too low down. Crazy rhythm, here's goodbye to you. They say that when a highbrow meets a lowbrow, walking along Broadway, soon the highbrow, he has no brow. Ain't it a shame? And you're to blame. What's the use of prohibition? You produce the same condition. Crazy rhythm, we've gone crazy too.
Thank you. You know, over the past 23 years, one thing I shall never forget was the first time that I ever appeared in a Royal Variety performance. It was at the Palladium, and it was a great, great occasion. If I remember, it wasn't a bad house for a Monday night. It's true, every seat was sold. I also remember some of the artists who took part. For instance, the show was compared by Dickie Henderson. Thank you very much and good evening. Welcome to the Royal Variety performance. Have you ever noticed how many times I say, have you ever noticed? Doesn't mean much, but it links my jokes together. Both of them. As a matter of fact, I've just come back from Vegas. What an amazing place. You see all the show business personalities there. I bumped into Tony Bennett, I ran into Sammy Davis, and stepped over Dean Martin. They're all gambling mad in Vegas. You know, I parked the car on the meter one day, put the money in the slot, it came up 3 lemons, I lost the car. But we have got a marvelous lineup of talent on the show tonight, and let me introduce to you right away a very funny man. Can't think of any other reason why I hate him. Here he is, the nut from Notty Ash, Ken Dodd. First of all, I would like to say how tickled I am. How tickled I am by the Monarchs. Have you ever been tickled by the Monarchs, missus? Yes. Not as good as an OBE, but it doesn't half bring the colour back to your cheeks.
Have you noticed that the Royal Command Performance, that the Royal Box always has ER in big letters on it? That's so Prince Philip can say to the Queen, "ER, we sit here." No, I feel like doing something daft tonight, like running up to Dolly Parton and saying, "Do you mind if I stand here till it stops raining?" Can you imagine taking Dolly Parton home, standing her in your back garden and saying to your neighbour, "How's that for a pigeon loft?" Come on, everybody, come on.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Kendall. Now let's meet a man who they say has everything shaped like a piano. Well, whatever turns you on. Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Liberace. Thank you, you're wonderful. Thank you very much. You know, I get so excited when I come here to London. You know, all the great traditions like the Tower of London and Big Ben and the Queen. Now, there's someone after my own heart. You know, isn't she beautiful? And how about that tiara? Yeah, that would look just great on my little finger. Oh, by the way, how do you like the coat? You know, my friend said, "Lee, what did you have to do for the coat?" And I said, "Nothing, just take up the sleeves and alter the hem a little." Oh, by the way, if any of you wildlife preservation people are getting worried about the coat, don't. I'm not going to kill it.
Thank you very much. Now, this is a chair that would frighten the life out of me, I can tell you. In fact, there's only one person in show business that I think would actually have the nerve to sit in this chair.
And your name is?
Bob Monkhouse. But, I mean, I would have thought you would have known that.
And your occupation?
Genius. I'm also an entertainer. Wait, correction, the most versatile entertainer in the world. An international superstar celebrity.
Well, thank you very much.
No, but Magnus, I've started, so I'll finish. Idolized and worshipped and adored by countless millions for my wit, charm, and homemade suntan.
And you have chosen to answer questions on?
My chosen subject is anything, absolutely anything.
Right, your questions on anything starting now. What is the name given to an ungentlemanly advance towards a young lady?
Pass. As you were, pass.
I'm sorry, I must accept your first answer. Who founded the Orange Free State?
Max Jaffa.
Correct. In 1876, Alexander Graham Bell invented what?
Oh, yes, that's easy. Well, it's not that easy. In 1876, Alexander Graham Bell invented the very first telephone. Of course, it was totally useless until he invented the second telephone. Next question.
Your time is running out, Mr. Monkhouse. At least that's what they're all saying. One final question. Who was the character in mythology who fell in love with his own image?
Narcissus.
Wrong. The correct answer is Bob Monkhouse.
Just a minute. This is an outrage. I'll take this to the highest authority at the BBC. I'll even go higher. I'll go to Terry Wogan. And it's funny you should mention my name, because here I am again. Did you miss me? It must be all of an hour since my last suit. In fact, a lot of people are beginning to think I'm the new test card. But tonight on my show, meet my first guest, a legend in his own lunchtime, Lord Harold Wilson. Good evening. Tell me, sir, has becoming a peer of the realm altered your life?
Oh, no. I'm still the shy, unassuming, lovable person I always was. The other day I was talking to Kinnock. Neil, he always does when he talks to me.
Of course, you're still very active in politics, aren't you?
Oh, yes, only the other night I dreamt I was making a speech in the House of Lords, and I woke up and found that I was.
Tell me, I believe you're writing another book. Now, how many books is it that you've written now, Lord Wilson?
You mean today?
I must say, oh, you're making me laugh now. I must say, your last book was eloquently written. Who wrote it for you?
More to the point, who read it to you?
I did read your last book. As a matter of fact, I couldn't put it down.
Well, I could, but it wouldn't flush. Tell me now, why do you think the Labour Party lost the last election so convincingly? Well, I think it's probably because it was a pretty crushing defeat. Yes, well, of course, the thing is that... Now, let's go on to something else. Do you think that the House of Lords has a contribution to make in our society? The upper house makes a very valuable... Let me ask you one final question. What do you think the Labour Party has to do to win the next election? Well, I think that aren't you going to interrupt? Well, why do you want me to interrupt? Because I don't know the bloody answer to this question. Thank you. And from the former leader of the Labour Party, let's now go over to Russell Harty, who's going to introduce us to the future former leader of the Labour Party. Thank you and good evening. Joining one on one's show tonight, we had hoped, had we not, to welcome the most important and dynamic figure in the Labour Party, of whom it has been said has all the qualities of the other Labour leaders rolled into one. The modesty of Harold Wilson, the tact of Jim Callaghan, and the dress sense of Michael Foot. Ladies and gentlemen, Neil Kinnock. Good evening, Russell. Neil, the first thing I want to say to you is welcome. The next thing is something all our viewers, I'm sure, want to know. Who are you? Well, Russell, that's quite a tricky one, really, but my name is Neil Kinnock, isn't it? And I am the leader of a great political party, wasn't it? You do you not, buy all your clothes from Marks and Spencer's? Does that mean that if we don't like you, we can take you back and train you? Oh, that's very good, Russell. You should take this up professionally, you know. At the next election, shall you have anything to fear from the Alliance? No, I don't worry about the Alliance. I'm with the Woolwich. But what about the Conservatives? Did you watch Mrs. Thatcher on television last week? No, I don't watch video nasties. But I think, you know, we can best sum up Mrs. Thatcher if we remind ourselves of the story about the three leaders praying to God. And Cheryenko, the Russian leader, was praying to God, and he said, God, when are you going to do something about our grain problem? And God said in 1990. And Cheryenko said, well, I won't be around then. And Reagan was praying to God. And he said, God, when are you going to do something about our energy problem? And God said in 1995. And Reagan said, but I won't be around then. And then Margaret Thatcher was praying to God. And she said, when are you going to do something about our unemployment problem? And God said, I won't be around then. Thank you very much, Neil Kinnock. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, shall you please welcome a lovely young lady, nay, a divine young lady from Ireland, Dana.
I see the clouds, how they are changing.
the guy is haughty but proper, if the guy is chicer than chic, if his escort arrives in a chopper, and each girl is the girl of the week, if he rides around in a brand new foreign car, the chances are the guy is a star.
And just stop, because talking of stars, I'm here tonight to say to Tony Bennett. Yes, Tony Bennett, you thought you were in America, but you're not. Because tonight, Tony Bennett, singer, entertainer, this is your song.
If I rule the world, every man would be as free as a bird. Every voice would be a voice to be heard. Take my word, yes, if I rule the world, every head would be held up high. There'd be sunshine in everyone's sky. If the day ever dawned when I rule the
Thank you. That was nothing short of not bad. You may be wondering why I'm working alone this evening. It is very tragic why we are earnless. Little I went to a duel last week wearing a brown suit, and Lou Great picked him up, put him in his mouth, and lit him. So tonight I shall work alone, and I shall do my famous impersonation of Des O'Connor. And the last time I did this, it went down so well, the entire audience got up and walked out. So here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Des O'Connor. 2, 3, 4.
I sing the songs that everybody sings. My latest hit 10 years ago last spring. I sing the songs that makes Eric Morgan cry. I sing the songs, I sing the songs. I laugh at every corny joke I hear, especially when a funny guest is here. I fall about so much it makes me cry. I sing the songs, I sing the songs.
Oh, gee, I can't get out of the chair now. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, don't titter. Don't titter. It wasn't all that bad. No. I didn't think it was anything like him. Mind you, now that it's Des. Oh, yes. Now, listen. I'll just bring this over here. Listen, now you see, no. The thing is, you see, no. They've asked me to come on here. This is what they asked me to come on. And because you look a nice audience. Yes. Mm-hmm, yes. No, but I'll tell you something. They asked me, oh, dear, I'll just get myself comfy. Yes. No, you see, I shouldn't be here tonight. I haven't been well, I can tell you. I looked in the mirror this morning, I'll tell you, I didn't look well. Oh, dear. See that? See that? I didn't do that. That was good, wasn't it? Yes. I looked in the mirror, and you know, I must have looked all of 40. Yes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, now falls upon me to introduce to you Frank Sinatra. Now, I don't know why, because I don't know why they bring these Americans over here. No, because I think it's because they can't get work there. Yes. I'd rather listen to Des O'Connor again. Yes, at least he's got his own air. Yes, why not? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Frank Sinatra.
You will be my music. You will be my song. in the sky is my idea of nothing to do. But I get a kick. You give me a boot. I get a kick out of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, friends. Well, now it is my very pleasant duty to introduce to you one of your biggest stars here in England. This man's name is Max Bygraves, and he brought you some great songs like You Need Hands and The Deck of Cards, and Gilly Gilly, Ass and Pfeffer, Cachanella, and Mudder Jazz. And here's a really cuckoo one. You're a pink toothbrush, I'm a blue toothbrush. Well, folks, he did all these things, and he promises he ain't gonna do it anymore.
You're my everything, everything I am. You're my everything, you and you alone.
What a lovely audience we've got here this evening. Yeah, you've all won a prize. No, you haven't. Yeah. But just before the show, I'm telling the viewers this because just before the show I bought the audience a drink. Now, they weren't too happy about that, but I didn't know they wanted one each. I mean, that would have meant big money. And also on Family Fortunes, we asked 100 people to name a famous comedian, and nobody mentioned Jimmy Tarbuck. Oh, that's nice, Max, isn't it? That's great, that is. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Yes, that's lovely. Yes, thank you. Well, anyway, I'll tell you something. He's a great fella, Max. Hasn't got an enemy in the world. But his friends don't like him. I'll tell you something. Elizabeth Taylor's just got married for the 8th time. What about that, eh? Well, all I can say is, fine. I mean, you know, if you can't take it with you, wear it out. Now then. I don't like to boast, but my wife says I'm very good in bed. I always go to sleep. Now then. Do you realise I've been on here 30 seconds and Kenny Lynch hasn't come on yet? But I tell you, I've been reading Joan Collins' life story, and I'm up to chap 24. Do you know, in Joan Collins' bathroom, she's got 2 towels. One marked hers and next. Now then. Mind you, I remember in my youth, I met a beautiful girl, and she was a great bird, a very beautiful bird. And I got back to her place, and she turned out to be a bit kinky. Yeah. She said, let's make love like cats. And we tried it, fell off the roof. Now then. Thank you. And this is me.
If the guy is someone with the same credentials, someone with the same essentials, someone who is worshipped from afar, he's a genuine, positive, totally marvelous, wonderful, great big star. They're all great big stars.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and my thanks to our special guest, Dana, and to Shack Attack. My thanks also to the wonderful Alan Braden Orchestra. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Also, my thanks to you for watching, and if you've enjoyed it, please join us again next time. Good night, and God bless. Thank you.